Alright, Chins guys, I'm gonna do a video here real quick about the ways people be hating and stuff. I've been meaning to get around to do a video like this for a while because I saw a quote on Facebook. My sister, which I never actually seen in a while, very seldom see, has herself a decent job and got herself a new car and all that stuff. And picture of the car or something was on my brother's Facebook, and the quote like, yeah, a new car and all that, yeah, and people be hating. And when I saw that, it gave me a good excuse to talk about how people be hating, and tell you kind of a little story myself, to make a point that you don't even have to have a fancy new car for people to be hating. I remember when I worked at a place that manufactured glass for a year until the place closed a year later. Make a long story short, before I got the job, I think I might have told somebody in a video a couple years back when I was first on YouTube that when I was talking about my bike and featured my bike on YouTube and how I bought it and all that I used to ride a bike to work because we had a old Ford Taurus wagon that broke down, and it broke right after it broke down. When I was job hunting, I was using the bike, and then I got called for a job, and I was using the bike and riding it to the job, and I got myself a reputation for doing that. And during that time, I was using some of the money to save up for the PT Cruiser that was shared by, the family and all that. They put in their money, but I mean that unlike other people that live on credit and shit, some of us, even whether you have credit or not, there's a lot of times that, sometimes you put it off, and you should save a little bit of money too, to prevent stuff like that from happening. But yeah, we do. And then I managed $7,000, bought the PT Cruiser, and I had it ever since, but it wasn't no fancy new car, or anything else. But I noticed that a couple of the shitheads over at the place I worked with, when I first drove in with it, and they found out that I bought it and how I bought it, because they knew I bought a bike to work and all that. And yes, there's some people out there too that, if you get something without doing it on credit or whatever reason you get it, and you disprove people and obtain something in a way that's some people say that can't be done or shouldn't be done, they're hating. Yeah, they be hating. Yeah, I noticed people were hating already because, I got a few of the way to go comments, the way to go attitude, man, good. And then there was some people that, snotty remarks, and I remember coming out of the building from work after it was quitting time and all that, and I found styrofoam cups just sitting right on the hood, like somebody was during lunchtime sitting outside or something, and they just almost like people wanted you to know how they feel about you, and their attitude was like this towards you, that they, the oh fuck you attitude, fuck you with your bicycle and your all of a sudden getting a car the way you did. And that kind of dovetails into the kind of hating that I received when years previously, when I was living in the town that my brother now lives in, and all in my 20s, I had like this reputation for there's another story that I don't want to get into too, but yeah, if any of you's watching how I was talking about drugs, that I know a couple of you guys, I might have stories that are up your alley, since I've been talking about drugs and different things, and how I had family members that really messed their lives up on the abuse of drugs. But when you're a person that doesn't follow that route, you're being hated because there are people that are busybodies that are looking for you to fuck up and everything else, and they get mad when you don't. They're looking for something, and still even try to spread gossip. But anyway, in my 20s, I lived in the town that my brother now lives, And instead of going that route, and some people looked at me like I'm nuts. Oh, you have your own place over there. Yeah, what's the matter with you? You should have 40-ounce liquor over there and all kind of 15-year-old girls over there and having party and a bunch of pot and all that stuff. And like I said, if it floats people's boat to smoke a joint once in a while, I'm not bashing them. But the point is, any of you guys watching that are sharing my videos, you know the scenarios that you can get into if you get into with these other people, that you can pick up people that you can't get rid of, you know what I mean? And some of you guys are probably more selective in who you hang with for that reason, because yeah, it could lead to trouble and all that. But anyway, instead of doing all that in my 20s, the extent of it is all I used to do is one day a week I'd go to a cafe around the corner. That, you know, you have a beer, a Rolling Rock beer with a hamburger and fries, you know, and one of them places that drops you kind of a hint. This is not a bar. I mean, if you want to come here to drink, you know, go to the bars down the street, the loser bars down the street, you know. But anyway, instead of doing that, where all the people my age were doing that shit, I was working one of the better jobs. I was one of the luckier people that was getting raises at the time, and it was a span for 10 years, making pretty good money. And all I did, I ate out all the time at the restaurant across the street, and people were hating because, yeah, what I was getting at, yeah, one of my favorite lines, the long-haired person with the money in his pocket and the good-paying job, and it pisses people off, yeah, you know what I mean? But you can be another race watching this, you know what I mean? That doesn't, you can be black and say you don't follow the same rules as the rest of your friends and get involved in the same stuff, and maybe you're doing better, and say maybe you hung with a crowd here and there, but landed yourself a good job for a while and bought yourself, you know, whether it's, yeah, like maybe some of the people that were black that I worked with, you know, yeah, they were hated because they were black, but they were cool people, you know, and they liked to buy themselves nice leather jackets and gold watches and stuff. And then some of us, you know, the better, more civilized, long-haired people, we had our leather jackets on, nice looking, like having a Cadillac, you know what I mean? And all the other people with the long hair, you know, I mean, the heavy metals, there were some of the other ones that as soon as you got better, and yeah, I bought myself $80 sweaters and stuff like that. So, and you were, your fellow long-haired people that never liked you very much to start with were giving you these dirty-ass looks, and all of a sudden now you're trying to be a yuppie just because you want to buy yourself a bunch of other kind of music, nice CDs, and have a nice, you know, stereo and everything good, and not get involved in bullshit. And then no matter what race, or whether we're goths or whether you're out there with juggalos, goths, what other kind of different people out there, these different younger kids now you watching with these different styles you're in, no matter who you are, some of your fellow juggalos, goths, different people later in life are gonna be hating because you know, be jealous because, you know, some of them that may not be true friends and they expect you to kiss their ass and want to be freeloaders, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of crowds that do the drinking or even smoking cigarettes, different things like that. They want a new sucker in there in the crowd that's a source of money, and then you end up, say, going to these bars and buying everybody drinks and all that stuff, and looking for a sucker, and you're supposed to suck up to them and all that stuff. And some of them may be laughing at you behind your back, you know, because they just they don't even like you. They just you got some money in your pocket and they want to use you. You know, that whole story, you know what I mean? But yeah, different busybodies be saying shit, but that's my thing about people hating, you know what I mean? I relate to that real well because I earned that reputation when I was in the town, in my brother's town, that I walked around with that smirk on my face, and whipping out money over in a restaurant and just buying, yeah, doing the right thing. You don't want, yeah, you want to spend the money on food and something good like that, and not that other bullshit. And people don't like it because if you're something that they don't like and you're prospering, that's what the way the world is. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, when I saw that on Facebook, that just gave me the excuse to want to make a video like this, and I finally got around to it. So yeah, I better render this video and get ready to get my butt over to work now. So that's it for this video.